Hello everyone. Let's get started with our practice. Today we are going to start in corpse pose, or Shavasana. Typically we end our practice here, but today we will begin here to help us peacefully transition from our day into our practice. Let's lay down and extend our legs out at about a 45 degrees angle away from the hips. If this is uncomfortable, you can bend your knees in constructive resting pose. Place one hand on your belly and the other hand on your heart, and make sure that your elbows are rested to the ground beside you. So your hands might be more at the corners of the front of your torso instead of at the center. You can close your eyes if you'd like, or have a nice soft gaze. Begin by breathing into the belly. So notice the hand on the belly rising and falling with each breath. See if you can visualize the pathway of your breath in 3 parts. As you inhale through the nose, feel the breath travel through the chest, the ribs, and then the belly. And as you exhale through your nose, let the breath release from the belly, the ribs, and the chest. Taking a few moments to practice this full breath, 3-part pranayama or breathing technique into the chest, the ribs, and the belly, and out of the belly, the ribs, and the chest. And taking another round at your own pace in this Durga Pranayama or 3-part breathing technique. And once you've completed, go ahead and walk your feet together, legs out long, and reach your arms overhead, coming into a full body stretch like you just awoke from a deep nap. Inhale, and as you exhale, let's pull the knees to the chest. You can hold on to the knees or the backs of the thighs, and just take a moment to gently rock from side to side as you wake up the body. Today's intention for this practice is all about finding your inner strength and resilience. Throughout this practice, we're going to strengthen the physical body and in turn find more mental strength as we find willpower and resiliency to move forward even through obstacles and challenges. Yoga is all about taking control of the mind instead of letting it control you. So hopefully today, you'll begin to tap into your innermost strength and courage. Let's go ahead and get started by waking up the core. So continue to hold the right knee into the chest and extend the left leg straight up for the sky. You can lift your head, neck, and the tips of your shoulder blades off the floor if this doesn't bother your neck. If at any point the neck needs a break, lower your head. Lower your left leg to a 30 or 45 degrees angle. We don't want it too low because we want to keep the lower back pressing into the mat by engaging navel to spine. So really feel that root there. Inhale, and as you exhale, let's change sides. Pull the left knee in, extend the right leg up, and then down to that 30-45 degrees angle. Really gluing navel to spine, pulling front body to back body. Make sure there's no space under the lower back. Let's pick up the pace. Inhale. Exhale, right knee in. Inhale. Exhale, left knee in. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale, pull the right, going slow and mindfully. And exhale, pulling the left. Inhale. Exhale, draws the right knee in. Inhale. Exhale, draws the left knee in. Good job. Go ahead and extend both legs straight up for the sky now. And as we continue to strengthen the core, we're also going to wake up our hamstrings with this next movement. So the head can stay up or you can have it down. It's up to you. But go ahead and hold behind your right thigh. Or if you need a more stretch, you can hold behind your right calf. That left leg flowing down towards the challenge of your choice. Inhale. Exhale, pulling that left leg in. Switch. Inhale. Exhale, pulls that right leg in. Inhale. Exhale, pulls the left leg in. A couple more times. Inhale. Exhale, the right leg pulls in. Inhale. Exhale, the left leg pulls in. Breath in. Breath out, right leg in. Breath in. Breath out, left leg pulls in. Good job. Both legs go straight up for the sky, so you have a 90 degrees from your upper to lower body. And we'll take our hands behind our head, elbows wide. And if you are practicing these core movements with your head up, as you lift your head, make sure that the elbows are wide so that the hands are just supporting the head, but not actually carrying the weight of it up. Head can also be down. Now we go with both legs. As we inhale, we're going to lower just maybe 25 or 30 degrees, keeping that lower back on the mat, and exhale to pull it back up to 90. So we'll inhale, lower, just finding the degree of your choice, your challenge. Exhale to lift. Let's take 3 more. As we inhale, we'll lower, navel to spine. Exhale, pulling back up, trying not to use momentum. 2 more, inhaling to lower. Exhaling to lift, really strengthening those lower abdominals. Last one, inhale down. Exhale to lift. Good job. Hopefully you feel a little fire in the belly now. We'll pull our knees to our chest and just go ahead and rock up to sitting. And then roll over into a tabletop position on all fours. So aligning those wrists underneath the shoulders and the knees underneath the hips. And making sure here to support your wrists, we want to spread our fingers nice and wide and really root down to the index finger and thumb mound, or that L pad of your hands. If you do have sensitive wrists and at any time you want to come to a fist to keep your wrists straight, you can do that as well here. So let's go ahead and find our cow and cat. So with those fired up fingertips, we'll just inhale, begin to sway the spine, drop the belly, lift the tailbone, reach the heart forward, stretching out the core. And exhale, rounding the back like a Halloween cat back, push the ground away, drop the head. So inhale sends you into cow again, really stretching the front body. And exhale, rounding the back, dropping the head and the tailbone. A couple more times, inhaling for cow, really pulling the heart through. Exhaling for cat as you round the back, feeling the stretch in the back body. One more time at your own pace. You can't really do cow and cat wrong. It's just a nice warm up, wake up for the spine. So don't worry about it too much. Just let it feel good. Awesome. Coming back to center here, we're going to continue to find that inner strength here and work more on our core. So let's go ahead and take that left leg out long behind us, making it parallel to the ground, flexing the foot. And then inhale, reaching that right arm forward, finding our spinal balance. So even though you're reaching out in opposite directions with the arm and leg, imagine like your arm bone is pulling back into the shoulder socket and your leg bone pulling into the hip socket. This way, it helps to really bring the energy back into the core. So take an inhale here. I know it feels challenging. As you exhale, we're going to crunch the elbow and knee together under the body, rounding the back like cat. So let's try 3 more. Inhale to lengthen out long. And then exhale, knee to elbow, crunching here. 2 more. And if this is too much, place your right hand back down on the ground. We'll exhale, draw the knee, maybe the elbow in. Last one, inhale to lengthen. And exhale to crunch it in. Good. We'll inhale to lengthen. And now a little twist here. Putting a little twist on it. We'll exhale the elbow and the knee out to the side, trying to keep it hip and shoulder height. So we'll inhale, lengthen arm and leg out long. And then exhale, elbow, knee out to the side. Couple more times, inhaling to lengthen. And exhaling it out to the side, feeling that fire. Last one, inhale to lengthen. Exhaling it out to the side. Hiya. Back to center, inhale. And with control, exhale back into your tabletop. Good job. Maybe tick-tocking the hips a little side to side or just shaking it out. Getting ready for the same thing on the other side. So as you're ready, we'll go ahead and extend that right leg out long behind us, parallel to the ground, making sure the right foot is flexed. And we'll inhale, lengthen that left arm forward. So just pausing here for a moment, really plugging in. Make sure that you don't have a dip at your lower back. Pull the navel in and up to the spine, really lengthening the tailbone towards that right heel. We'll inhale here. And exhale, hug knee to elbow, elbow to knee, rounding the back, squeezing the belly. Inhaling to lengthen. Exhaling to crunch. Remember, you can always do this with just the leg if you prefer. 2 more. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to crunch. And 1 more time, inhaling long. And exhaling to crunch. Awesome. We'll inhale long. And then we'll exhale that knee and elbow out to the side, trying to keep it shoulder and hip height. So let's take 3 more. Inhale long. Exhale it out to the side. 2. Inhale long. Exhale to the side. Last one. You can do it. Inhale nice and long. And exhale it out to the side. Good job. Gently inhale back through center and exhale, releasing back into tabletop on all 4s. Just take a moment to shake out the wrists a little bit and stretch the forearms. So just coming into maybe sitting on the heels, or if that's uncomfortable, you can sit all the way down in easy pose and just begin to interlace your fingers and make some circles with your fists in one direction. Just massaging out those wrists, and then circles in the opposite direction. Good. And then from here, we'll take one palm to face forward and just pull back on those fingertips. I'm going to keep that support there on the hand on the knuckles so that you don't hurt the fingers. And then just turning those fingers to face down so that you can pull into the top of that wrist a little bit, stretching it out. Make sure your spine's nice and straight. Let's do the other side. So a big stop sign with that other hand, pulling back gently, stretching out into that forearm. Good, and then we'll turn those fingers down and just gently pull back on the hand, stretching out the top of the wrist. Perfect. You can just shake it all out a little bit. And we're going to do just a little more work in tabletop. So you can come into that tabletop pose, wrists underneath shoulders. And we're going to take our left leg out long, here now focusing on more upper body strength. So we're going to do some push-ups, and we're going to think about bringing our weight forward so that instead of lowering straight down, it's almost like we're going forward and down, as though we could touch our chin to the front of our mat and our chest in between our hands. So here we go. We'll inhale, bend our elbows straight back so they're close to the side body, chin and chest towards the ground. Maybe they touch, maybe they don't. Exhale to push it straight back up. So we'll do 2 more. Inhale, the elbows bend back, reaching the weight forward. And exhaling to lift up. Good. Last one like this. Inhale to bend. Exhale to extend. Nice work. Release that leg down. We'll change to the opposite side, knowing we just have 3, so we really want to focus on that form. The navel still drawing into the spine, and the elbows pointed back instead of out to the sides, so that we're really working on our triceps. So here we go, bending the elbows back as we inhale. We'll lower chest and chin. Exhaling, push the ground away, lift up. 2 more. Inhale to bend. Exhale to extend. Good job. Last one, just taking it down to the challenge of your choice. And exhaling to extend. Very nice. Release that knee down. Shake it out if you'd like. And here we're going to come into our plank pose. So this is really kind of putting all that together, that upper body and that core strength. So go ahead and extend your legs out long behind you. Shoulders directly over the wrist creases and the fingers spreading nice and wide. Or once again, you can use fists, or you can even drop to your elbows for even more support if you'd like. Awesome. Taking a breath here. We really want to send navel to spine, making sure in our plank that our hips are just a little bit higher than our elbows. So we don't want the hips to sag. If the hips are sagging, you can always tap the knees down behind the hips. So we don't want the knees under the hips. That would be our tabletop. When the knees are behind the hips, that turns into our knee plank. And let's kind of tease our way in and out of knee plank a little bit just to get some extra core activation. So we'll inhale, tap those knees down, knee plank, and then exhale, we're going to pick them right back up, plank pose. Let's try 3 more. Inhale to tap the knees lightly down. Exhale, engage those legs, pick them back up. 2 more. Inhale, tap, feeling the core. Exhale to lift. And last one, inhale, tap those knees. And exhale to lift. Good job. Send your hips up and back, coming into your downward facing dog. You can take your feet in a step, just a tiny step closer. We don't want to do a full step. We don't want to shorten our plank to downward dog too much. Otherwise, we won't get the benefits of our down dog. So just begin by pedaling out your legs a little bit, bending one knee and the other. For me, it even feels good to windshield wiper the hips and the heels side to side, kind of like a dog wagging its tail. So just let this be a playful pose, one to stretch it out, taking away that direct pressure off the wrists here now that our arms are at an angle. And as we're here, focus more on straightening your back than straightening your legs. So as you start to find a stillness in this pose, soften the legs, come up on the toes a little bit, and try to press your chest back towards your thighs. If you're really open in the shoulders, be cautious. You don't want to go too far. We want to make a straight line from our wrists to our shoulders all the way up through our hips, as though someone was pulling your hips up and back, really helping to find length from the hands up through the hips. Notice how you feel as you try to take those front ribs and really knit them together as you pull in and up through the belly, so you can really hold yourself from your core and those strong arms to get that nice release in your legs. Taking a couple more breaths here. If you need more, you can work on making the legs a little straighter, but don't let that change any of that long line that you've created in your upper body. Nice, you guys. As you inhale, just notice how you feel. We're just going to use our exhale to soften the knees down and come into a child's pose to rest. So as you're resting, just sitting the hips back towards the heels. You can have the knees together for more support, or you can open the knees a little wider than the hips for a little deeper stretch. And let's just take a moment to breathe into whatever it is, any tension that we're feeling, whether that's in our shoulders or our back or our hips, or maybe just generally breathing into the whole body. Awesome. Go ahead and rise up, easy does it, to a sitting position, easy pose. We'll go ahead and cross one arm across the chest and use the other forearm to pull into the forearm and just stretching out the shoulder a little bit, trying to keep the arm across your chest mostly straight, and just make sure that the other arm is not pulling onto your elbow. Protect that joint. Awesome, and then we'll change sides, crossing the other arm over, just forearm into forearm, trying to keep that shoulder that you're stretching down and away from your ear. I know mine's kind of tight here, so sometimes it likes to hike up. Beautiful. We'll slowly release. Walk the feet onto the ground in front of you, and using those core muscles that we've just ignited, we'll slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae, roll down onto our back. Take your time to feel your spine nice and long. And we'll just begin to walk our heels in towards our fingertips. So walk them in a little closer than feels natural. And for just a little preview to bridge today, we'll press through those feet and rise our hips up. So it should give a nice front body stretch after all that core work. Make sure not to turn your head side to side here. You want to keep our neck protected. And just pressing down through those feet to rise up through the hips. Breathe into your belly. Awesome, and then let it go nice and easy back down into the mat. You can hug your knees into your chest. Or if you'd like something different today, you can reach your hands through your knees for the outer edges of your feet. And coming into happy baby, where you shine the bottoms of the feet up for the sky, and the knees are at a 90-degree bend, so you want to open up the knees and the feet just about the width of a yoga mat. Rocking it out a little side to side, releasing any leftover tension. Awesome, you guys. We're going to end today where we started. So coming back into your corpse pose or that bent knee constructive rest if you prefer, and just letting the arms fall open by the side, palms facing up, let your shoulders relax and just really melt into a puddle here for a couple minutes as you unwind from your strength practice today. Finding that easy body, easy breath, easy mindset. Notice how you feel here today. As you begin to take a few deeper breaths, those 3-part breaths again into the chest, ribs, and belly. Maybe even an audible sigh out of the mouth as you release belly, ribs, and chest. You can start to roll your wrists and your ankles out as you reawaken the body. And then we'll go ahead and just stretch the arms overhead, find a full body stretch. And we'll bend the knees, walk the feet onto the floor, and just easy roll over to the right side, using the right arm as a pillow. Connecting back with that intention of inner strength and resiliency that we all have. We all have that courage. We all have that strength. We just have to uncover it if it is being veiled by something else. So easy press back up into a comfortable sitting position. And we'll take our hands together into a prayer in front of our heart, Anjali Mudra, once you've made it. Thank you for taking this time to practice with me today. I hope you enjoyed our strength building session. The light in me sees the light in you. Namaste.